Hi friends, and welcome back to a very special final episode in this Wano Island Let's Play series. I am super excited and also super nervous to show this video off. This is my first time ever finishing an Animal Crossing island, so this is a very big deal for me. Also, yes, thank you for noticing. I am cosplaying as Komurasaki. Alright, before we begin, I just wanted to mention the surprise that I've been talking about for probably the past few videos. To honor Oda Sensei, I have included some Panda-mans hidden throughout this island. There are 9 in total, so keep an eye out for them as we go through this tour because you'll definitely see all of them within this video. I also just really want to quickly remind everybody that this is my interpretation of the Wano Island from the One Piece series. I'm a big One Piece fan, and this is just my way of showing my love for all of the One Piece goodness. I am so excited and so nervous, so without further ado, let's get into it. I decided to put Nook's Cranny right next to the town hall because the flower capital is kind of like the shopping district, right? There's a lot of shops, there's a lot of places to go, people actually have money that they can spend on things here. So I just made a really simple shopping area outside Nook's. To the left, I've got this little crafting area, and I know this really isn't One Piece, but I honestly just couldn't let go of this area. I didn't want to change it. This is just the place that I always come to do cooking and crafting and change my outfit, and it's just a one-stop shop. Moving further back, we have the actual rest of the flower capital. There are colored stands everywhere, there's lots of cherry blossom trees, there's food, there's items to buy. It's a very hoppin' place to be. I built this island with only items that I have acquired. I didn't use any sort of treasure island or anything like that, so I unfortunately didn't get that cool Japanese tower thing. I don't know what it's called, I'm so sorry. But I know the flower capital has all of those beautiful colored tall buildings, so I tried to use the stalls to supplement that. So we've got lots of bright colors. It's supposed to be a busy area. I'm not a huge city core person, so this is the best that I could come up with. In the middle of this flower capital area, I made a little stand, and it's got a boiling pot for you can guess who that's for. And we've got our little audience down here being forced to watch all of them being very brutally boiled, because of Kozuki Oden's backstory. Bum-ba-da-dum. We have the big castle in the flower capital. I know you can't really see it, but behind this building there actually is one of the pine trees. It's right at the tippy top there. It's on an elevated platform, and I was hoping maybe you could see it a little better, but I did the best I could, okay? I used yellow and purple flowers because in the anime that's the color robes that Orochi is wearing, so this is kind of like Orochi's castle right now. It's very elegant, it's got the trees in the back, it's got food, it's got lots of relaxation places, it's just very lush. I made this little walkway back here over to a garden area just to showcase, that it's really beautiful in the flower capital, which is a very stark contrast to the rest of Wano Kingdom. We've got this outdoor seating area where people can eat their food because they have food here. We've got this outdoor little shopping area, just very simple. I didn't want to do something too extravagant. We have the icy northern plains, which is supposed to be also these swords are the katanas from all of the fallen samurai in the past. I only have 3 because they're very expensive. Please don't come at me. The campsite I tried to kind of make to be that shelter that the fox person and the other guy, I'm terrible with names, they stayed in, and they like hid all the weapons, which is why the weapons are kind of like behind it a little. I also added in these white flowers to symbolize the passing of all the samurai in the past. That kind of supplements, in my eyes, like not having a lot of swords in this area. I also tried using a lot of snowy custom pathing because this is supposed to be a snowy region, even though right now we're in cherry blossom season in Animal Crossing. I used frozen DIY recipes to decorate, and I've got the bubbles as well to symbolize snowflakes, so it doesn't look exactly like it does in the anime or in the manga, but this is the best I came up with. Okay, we're gonna kind of loop around the island, so let's move west. Okay, here we have Kuri. I'm honestly really proud of myself for this build. I think it looks really cohesive. There's a lot of stuff everywhere, and it kind of makes all sense. It makes sense. I use these little shelter thingies to pretend that there's more houses. Right here, I tried making the tea house, so we've got our little stand with the red roof, just like Luffy sits under with Otama. We've got little seat cushions. There's cardboard boxes because they're poor, so they don't have real tables. We've got a tea set. And then back here, we've just kind of got a pathway through the rest of town, and it leads to the secret beach. So not super exciting back here, but it's filled with lots of stuff. I tried to make it look a little junky, so we've got like a sofa, we've got a little go board, some bugs, empty paint cans, there's socks. Kind of just tried to throw a bunch of trash everywhere and make it look nice. There's also dead trees because this area has been ravaged by all those horrible chemicals, right? So yeah. Moving on, we've got this little transition area. I tried to fill it in with a little bamboo, a little pine, a little cherry blossom, and I added these wheatgrass fields and weeds to make it look a little overgrown. It's just a transition area, it's nothing special. I just tried to make it look kind of nice. Then we sneak through these trees here. We are going to go straight north. Odin's castle is, I'm pretty sure, right above Bakura Town, so what I did here is I added in some cliffs, and I also added in some of this glowing moss to try and make it a little more mystical. There's lots of pine trees to make it look forested, because when Luffy's running down the mountain from Odin Castle to go like fight Kaido really early on in the Wano arc, it looks really forested to me, so that's why there's pine trees everywhere and lots of weeds. I've got these stone tablets here to symbolize the graves for Odin and the Akazaya 9, I think that's how you pronounce it, maybe? Moving on north, we have Odin's Castle. I decided to turn the museum into Odin's Castle, and we've got lots of wood pieces everywhere and lots of fires. So this is supposed to be like the castle is still on fire. Yeah, time is not linear on this island. So we've got a little bit of bamboo, just, you know, it's a pretty simple build. There's the castle towers in the back. Yeah, this is Odin's Castle. Moving back down the hill. Welcome to Bakura Town. We are in the northeast part of Wano right now. I've got this red stand with the fire hydrant and the hose and the water bucket and the water cooler in the very back. And that represents the firehouse and the bell too, because they ring the bell. This is the fire brigade. Anyways, this is supposed to be the samurai ring, or not the samurai. What is it called? Sumo? Yeah, sumo. This is the sumo ring that Luffy has that like weird sumo contest with that giant person that I don't remember his name, and he wasn't important, so it doesn't matter. Moving even more north of Bakura Town, we have Paradise Farms. I tried to just do lots of vegetation back here. It's supposed to be like full of food and like homegrown stuff. In One Piece, there's lots of like waterfalls and rolling hills, and I couldn't really do that too much with Animal Crossing, so I tried to put in these red bridges from the Sanrio DLC to symbolize like the bridges and lots of rivers and whatnot. Back here we just have a tub full of yuzu. I pretend that this is like the washing station or something. We've got the apple trees for Otama because she eventually eats that apple. We've got an upper level with a water fountain and just more crops, more flowers. Moving back over this way, it's pretty much just the same stuff. There's plants everywhere. We've got seaweed on the beach. I know in One Piece, the entrance to Paradise Farms has like big giant doors that lock it up, but I don't really have giant doors in Animal Crossing, or at least if there are some, I couldn't get my hands on them. So we just have this spiky fence to like show that it's not supposed to be for the general public. It's supposed to be like unwelcoming, but still beautiful inside. Moving on down from Bakura Town, we have the Wastelands. The Wastelands, okay, I did a video on these and then I decided after the video that I hated it. And I pretty much completely redid it, so sorry about that. But it's just supposed to be this big expansive area. There's a lot of like giant weird animals and poison puddles everywhere, so I've got like some fossils out. I've got this dinosaur cutout. We've got this poison puddle here that there's bones all around, so something drank that water and definitely didn't make it. It's also got this pathing throughout, and it's just supposed to be kind of a maze. There's lots of giant dead trees everywhere. See, there's a poison sign telling you please don't drink the water. Back here, I put this little campfire with the bottles right next to it because there's that one scene very early on in the arc as well that Zoro ends up in the Wastelands and he's like drinking, and that's how he meets that lady, I'm pretty sure, and also Luffy, and you know, it's great. There's purple mushrooms because purple mushrooms equal poison. Yeah, it's just a big, expansive, dead area. Honestly, this area was a big challenge for me to build because it was just like a giant area of nothing, and I'm like, what am I supposed to put into this giant area of nothing? That, you know, that's really difficult. But we did it, and I think it came out pretty okay. Moving on south, this is supposed to be the bamboo forest where Otama and that other guy reside. Again, I am horrible with names and I don't remember what his name is. We've got this big samurai set for that guy, so you know, he's here. And I also, it's like got this cute little mustache. I think that's so funny. I put this maypole in the middle just because it's supposed to be like this abandoned town. So it's overgrown, it's got lots of vines and flowers on it. There's broken pieces of wood on the ground, and then up here on the cliff we have Otama's house. So this is where she lives. We've got the katanas in the back, we've got the samurai graves, the lucky cat is just like, you know, matching the colors. We've got a pirate map here because Otama dreams of, you know, going off, and I can't remember if she dreams to like be a pirate or a kunoichi or something like that. Something, but she promised Ace she would do something. So this is a map for her. These are her plans. And then she also makes those little straw hats and sells them in town, and this is her straw hat making station. She's got one she's working on here. She's got the little pieces of wheat that she's putting in the hat, and there's Otama down there. Just she's doing great. This section is also supposed to be really hilly, so I got this custom path to try and make the ground look a little more layered. It's hard to see from this side, but through the trees we actually do have a path right here, and it's gonna bring us all the way over to the entrance of the island. We've got the river trying to match the layout of the actual Wano Island in One Piece, so it's separating this section of the land from the other sections of the land. Moving across the bridge, we move into Udon Prison. As you can see, there's lots of oil tankers and oil barrels everywhere. We've got bones. In Udon Prison, they have Luffy and all the other prisoners mining for dongos. So in the middle, we have this mining setup, and then we've got all the mining carts scattered around. We've got bones in the back, very fun. And then we've got the little dongo station where people came to pick up their food rations. Udon Prison is supposed to be completely surrounded by all of these giant walls. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. It's been a while since I've been in this area. We also have the little dungeon cell where our friend ate fish and then spat bones out at people. Anyways, let's move on this way. We've got lots of oil barrels. Again, this is like similar to the wasteland, but this is where the factories are. So there's just oil tankers everywhere. There's broken fencing. There's bones. It's kind of just supposed to be a very sparse area. I mean, like literally no weeds, no nothing, just rocks and dirt and sadness. While we're here, we're gonna jump over the river really quickly to go visit the town of Leftovers. This is located actually right beneath the flower capital. So we've got this little entrance from the flower capital or the town hall to the town. I tried putting lots of dishes everywhere to show that this is Leftovers town. You know, we're getting the leftovers from the flower capital. That's how we're eating. So there's dishes everywhere. There's cardboard boxes. It's not supposed to look amazing. It's supposed to look like a poor town, you know? So that's what I did. That's what it looks like. A town of two. Hopping back over across the river, we're going to head east. This is just a transition area in between us and dun 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 Onigashima. Onigashima, okay, before I actually show you, I know we can kind of see it back there, but let's start off. Okay, this is the boat that we like take to sneak over, and then we pretend we're sailing right now. And we sneak over. There's black flowers because, you know, Onigashima. Okay, so preface, my thoughts for Onigashima were to make it like kind of like this wild animal party that's also dark, like lots of dark colors. So we're inside the castle, we've got lots of hats of animals everywhere, and that's supposed to be all the gifters running around like having a party. There's lots of food. It's a little chaotic. There's like flames and bubble blowers and balloons. We have this little like lookout spot so we can spy on the rest of Wano. I wanted to make it, I don't know, a little chaotic, disjunct. There's a little stage down there. This is Kaido's castle. We've got the giant elephant balloon that is, you know, yeah, it's just no explanation necessary for that. Yeah, and just lots of food, lots of animal hats, and everything. I decided instead of making this region on my Animal Crossing Island adhere to like the actual layout of Wano, I didn't want to miss out Onigashima because that's such an integral part to the Wano arc. So here's Onigashima, and the shape is a little bit weird, but I'll show you why right now. Let's take a look at the map. Okay, so it doesn't look amazing, but the shape of Onigashima, where we are right now, that is supposed to be a skull, and it's because the actual Onigashima in One Piece, it has that giant skull on it, right? It's so creepy. So this is my version of the giant skull. And then as far as the rest of the map goes, I'm not a huge cute map person. So I did lots of river terraforming. You can see I tried to split up the different regions just like they are on the Wano Island in One Piece. So you can see the different regions. There's Ringo, there's Kuri, there's the flower capital, just all the good stuff. This is our last little transition area. I put lots of flowers on the outskirts of the flower capital just because it's literally called the flower capital. Like I had to cover the outside of it in flowers. And then I just wanted this little pathway to make it easier to walk between the different sections of the island. So this kind of transitions into Ringo, which is where we were before. You can use these little pieces in the middle of the river to get by. For beaches, I really didn't do anything special. I'm not huge into like decorating beaches in Animal Crossing, which I know is not uncommon. I know a lot of people don't like decorating their beaches. So all I did was I just put coconut trees down and I put weeds down and like some custom designs to try and make it at least look not empty, you know? So it's just got a little bit, but pretty much all the beaches around the island kind of just look like this. They're a little bit, you know, not fancy. It's just simple, right? Simple. We've got coconut trees down here, but really that is my Wano Island. That is it. I hope you had fun watching the series and building this Wano Island together with me. Again, this is the first time I've ever finished an island before, so this is a really big deal for me. I haven't decided yet which One Piece island I want to do next, or if I want to just do like a different series altogether, like do another fan version of like a manga or an anime or maybe even a book. I love reading books, so maybe something like that. I don't know. You can tell me what you're interested in, or if you want to see me do a different specific like island based off of something. I'd be totally happy to hear your thoughts on that. I'll be putting the dream address up here, so if you want to come walk on the island yourself, you're more than welcome to do that. If you didn't see all the Panda-man in this video, you can take a walk on my island and go and try and find them for yourselves. But again, this is just my interpretation of the Wano Island from the One Piece series. Oda Sensei, I love you! I'm a big fan of One Piece. I love the live action, I love the anime, I love the manga, just like all of it is amazing. And I made this island not using any treasure islands or like dodo codes to get items and stuff. I acquired all of this myself through just, you know, hard work. I think for me in Animal Crossing, that's part of the fun, is like the challenge of building with what you have. So it was a lot of fun to build this, and I can't wait to see what we do next after this. Thank you so much for following me with this series. This has just been an absolute blast, and I love reading your comments, so thank you for stopping by. And I guess I'll see you in the next one, whatever that may be. Take care, and Happy New Year!